Hey yo! Welcome back to the Dugout and Beyond. So just come up with some updates, but yeah, uploading on another day this week. So we got here a couple updates in NBA and MLB, and of course we have NBA starting up, and also hockey starting up soon. But first we got a pretty big deal, which these always just random signings just always throw me off because I always forget like they can do this with players right now. Like the season's almost here, but also these contracts are here because are coming up because it's the deadline for some of the rookie contracts. But yeah, we got Tyler Hero, Miami Heat, signing a 4-year, $130 million deal, and this came as a huge surprise to me because, of course, like my brain is in NFL and MLB mode. Even though it is coming up pretty soon with preseason's already here, but yeah, we threw me off because so it has $120 million guaranteed, and of course, there's about $10 million of incentives that could bring it to 130. This is probably games played. Where I like, hey, like, gotta make it to the at least somewhere in the playoffs every year, or maybe I don't know. I'm making that these parts up, of course, because I don't know. Yeah, this is huge. I actually I liked him a lot when he was in 2020, but he did really well in the bubble. When they, of course, during COVID, that was COVID, and they had the entire NBA get shifted to the bubble in Orlando. He actually had a really good bubble, and they made it to the finals. So I was like, wow, like this team is legit. Could this team be legit? They had a whole bunch of veterans on that team. You saw Butler basically playing his entire life on the line. He's bending over for like a good 30 seconds trying to just catch his breath, because for a guy like that on a team with such a with rookies on veterans with him, but also just a whole lot of rookies and basically like second year players. As a veteran, you're gonna kind of have to do that, show them how to that you can't stop, and if you want it, you got to do what he's doing. But then after that, I was like, all right, let's see, have another year for him, for a Hero. And he didn't do well. Like probably average like maybe 10 points uneven. And I was like, oh, did he just come out and just do really well? Because like it was a few weeks and everyone's just together. And I was like, all right, maybe not, but he's still basically brand new. Give him another year or so. And then he comes out and he's the 6th man of the year. Like, I was like halfway through, I was like, wow, all right. So he sees what he did well, sees what he didn't do well. He's picking it up. He got it. He looks at you. So right now, I know it's only been about 3 or 4 years since he's been in the league, but they look like a contender. Now they have Butler. Now here they locked down. I think they have John Adebayo, Bam Adebayo, and so yeah, I think that's crazy. This is not too crazy. I actually didn't see this, but Adams also signed a 2-year, $25.5 million with the Memphis Grizzlies. But yeah. So yeah, we got a huge contract in the with them. It's not a max contract because he was not an All-Star, so he's not eligible. But hey, maybe in a couple years. Yeah, I don't know if you had to have been just an All-Star, or you had to make it the year that you have contract extension abilities. But I know that you have to be at least an All-Star, but I don't know which way. I got something else with baseball. So in my last video, I was talking about how the Mariners ended a 21-year drought, which was the longest in any major American major sport. And I said the next one, there's a bunch of them that have 11 on Sunday. Now we have one more coming out of that drought, that what became one of the biggest droughts after the Mariners. We got the Phillies coming out of an 11-year playoff drought. Huge, because it also almost came in great fashion with Aaron Nola almost pitching a perfect game. I think he pitched it into about the 7th inning. So he had like 90 something. I actually don't know how many pitches he had. But they started to just they got 2 hits in the 8th. Let's see if I can see. Okay, he pitched a perfect 6.2 innings, so that means 2 out of 3 outs he pitched. It doesn't show how many pitches he had. Yeah, so he gave it up to Schwarber, I think, in the 7th inning. Yeah, so he that was crazy. So we have a 21-year drought, and then a couple of days later you have one of the actual biggest droughts at this moment. But now I think we only have 2 more teams with 11-year droughts. I think it's like Detroit or something. Yeah. And also another baseball news, you have Tony La Russa is stepping down as manager. It's weird. They say it's as health concern, but also the quote says from Tony La Russa, it says, "I did not do my job in 2022." So that's not a health. I wouldn't consider that a health issue. If you just realize you haven't, well, he hasn't really done the job in like the last 2 years. Granted, they were projected to at least make the playoffs this year, which they have not, and they were eliminated like last week. Yeah, I kind of see why. Like he's such an old. Granted, he's like 70-something years old. Yeah, he turns 78 this coming week. I don't know what day, but he actually has been away from the team since August. Which, oh yeah, he has had health issues for like just about a month or so. But also, again, this quote doesn't like create any issue, like any issue for his health thing. I did not do my job. Yeah, he 78 years old. He was on a team with such a young core to that, like Tim Anderson, Luis Robert, however you want to say that. It's just, there's a whole quote here. Definitely not going to read it. It would take a few minutes, so I'm not doing that. And also this video would be even longer. Yeah, so you got Miami Heat agreeing with the hero, 11-year drought now, which was actually created to be one of the most in the last couple of days, ended for the Phillies, and Tony Russa is no longer with the Mariners. And also Steven Vault is retiring. He legend for the A's, Oakland A's. Yeah, so I definitely saw this coming with Tony Russa. Just such a young team. He got mad last year about the White Sox scoring like 15 runs on them on another team, and he's like, it's an unwritten rule. Like, nah, bro. Like, some things are unwritten rules, 100%. Like, don't step on the line when you're like doing all that. Like, there's so many, again, there's unwritten rules that you kind of don't know if they're a rule or not. Yeah, like, but let your men play. If you tell them to stop scoring, maybe they'll literally stop scoring during the season. Yeah. So, if you enjoyed the video, it'd be cool if you like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!